the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick-6 last week. Not a pick-6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll run up the middle with McAllister.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well. exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's got it down to the 28.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They go play action with Hurts.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On second down, this is Harris. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yep.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
On second down, a run with Hall. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man is Denzel Mims.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll have a Jets first down as good running gets him to about the 44. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give running right is Hall. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Come on. Hey, alert.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Hurts.
Being chased out left. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. If he had a chance to tuck it, I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
One more time with Hall.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Marcus Jones.
A big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
That's going to stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Paul want to give up the middle. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got a man. It's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws you...
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room. It translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Screenplay to McAllister.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
They'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback when there's extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break, all square. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run again with Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Looking to throw. Jones going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Running right, here's McAllister. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back to the ground with Hall.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On third down, here's Hall.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Forget what the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They want every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So, CD, maybe put a pin in that one as this game progresses. It's a field goal that gets them the lead here in the 3rd, but, boy, you hate settling for 3 when you're that close to the goal line.
Well, it certainly pains me to say it, but I do think it was the right call. Now, if they lose, you and I both know that'd be one of the things that gets second-guessed. Why didn't you go for it on 4th and goal? But I know the mindset was take the points, get the lead. And by the way, if they went for it and got stuffed, they'd second-guess that too.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Uncorks one for Davis, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Brandon Eccles. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now drive this to a great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now me. That should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. No problem there on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive...
He's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here.
Ready.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up the 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Big play there for New England. 73 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jones.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the release. Touchdown! Damian Harris. His 2nd touchdown of the game. His 3rd on the year.
And the Pats have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And he's got room. Past the 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Here we go.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance.
They'll run with Hall.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll look to run with Hall.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Jones.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Jones.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
That's good for the Patriots. First and 10.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
To throw is Jones.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like they went for the combo plate there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone. But it's incomplete. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for New England, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss drops them back to 4 and 3 so far. And